as well. I see the new face that I see for me is Benjamin, and now Radmila is here.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
She's not new.
Hi guys, hello.
Hi.
Hello, hi, Radmila.
How are you? So nice
Hi.
to see you.
Good to see you.
How's things? All good with you?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
Thank you.
yeah, you must be happy, Jazz.
I've got another client this morning at my hairdresser's.
Look at that.
You know, with me, it's very much word of mouth, and sometimes with your network, you just start talking and it clicks. And she said, "Oh, I didn't know you speak Spanish." But I said, "Yeah." She said, "My daughter's really struggling, and she's a teenager. She gets very bored at her school." And I said, "Oh, okay." And she said she hates the typical school teaching. So she said, I told her about Oxinity, and while she was cutting my hair, I was just telling her about Oxinity, and she said, "Yeah, I would love to try an open web class for Spanish with her for her with another few teenagers. So we're going to do that next week."
Perfect. That's the attitude. So clients everywhere, everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take any chance. No, that's brilliant. Okay. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, well, that comes to prove that we have on one hand needs from clients, and on another hand, once we explain, that's actually quite in the line of today's talk that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Yeah, the importance of the message, and what you've done is something that makes the whole difference. You've spoken with your potential. That makes the whole difference.
Yeah.
I hear myself with an echo. I don't know if okay, so yeah, that's better now. So all in all, we've been discussing in the previous meetings the market in general, where the market tendencies, trends, how is everything evolving, where you stand within the whole mechanism of teaching and learning, what's your role, and how you can get the most of it if you think outside of the box. Yeah, that was what we were discussing last week. So now, now that you know a little bit about the market a little bit better, now that you know who you are competing against, and the only way of beating this or winning is to stay united and work collaboratively. Now let's see how exactly you can place your message, yeah, and the importance of interacting with your prospects. That's of enormous importance, but it doesn't. It's not only okay. I'm going to talk to them and I'm going to tell them something. It's more than this. We're going to try to create a system, and Georgina will help me there because she's a perfect example of a before and after. And she communicates with her prospects and with her potentials very in a very regular way and with a strategy. So we have to learn to do that as well. And why would we want to do that? Yeah, what's the outcome there? Well, the outcome is definitely growth. And when we grow, when you guys get leads, then in very simple words, you can trade them for hours. Yeah, as simple as this. One lead is the door to have hours. So it's the best option for you. So the best option for you is you have leads, they become clients, and at the same time you're getting hours that increase your rate per hour. Yeah, so altogether we have this mechanism that works. I'm not going to explain it once again. If anyone has any question about it, I'm happy to do that, but I'm going to take for granted that you've understood it. Now, does anyone have any particular question regarding the market itself, where it's heading, what's the trends? We spoke about it last time, but questions, anyone? No, it's clear. Okay. Now, since we are in this market where the message is of extreme importance. Let's see what people communicate in it and what message they convey, because it's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same to put one thing forward and another. Yeah, the outcome will be completely different. Now, what in your opinion, what eventually we're doing that because we're building a business for you guys, and you have to know how to do it. So if you take, for instance, a classic message, something that I hear every now and then, for instance, we prepare for exams, and you can have the best native teachers, and then we assure you a very good success rate at exams. Who do you think is speaking? What player is speaking?
The private teacher?
Like, yeah. Well,
A private teacher?
Yeah.
Academies.
An academy. An academy, clearly.
Yeah, academy.
Yeah, an academy speaking. So, and this is important. I mean, it's a cliche. It's very representative. So you guessed it. For your first guess was an academy speaking. So if an academy is speaking, then we are to expect the quality of an academy and the results of the academy. So yeah, I'm talking to an academy here. If I tell you, oh, I adapt to your needs, and tell me what you want, and I'll tell you, and I'll adapt. Who is speaking here?
Private tutor.
Yes, clearly. So whatever you want, you say anything but this. Yeah, because again, another cliche, very kind of used and not representative of the product behind the service that you have. Yeah. Now, when we talk about or when we start talking about technology, then it changes. Yeah. Now people start listening, because it's not so common someone to start, a teacher to start explaining how you guys can accelerate learning with the help of technology. Yeah, so now this is different. So think very carefully of the message that you're transmitting. But it's not only about what you're going to tell the student, of course it is, but it's also how you're going to do that. Yeah, so the easiest part is, I have a prospect, and then I'm explaining to them whatever. But how do you get the prospect? So this is it. And communication here plays a big role as well. Now, I've been encouraging you again and again and again to be in the marketplaces, and it has been proven. Many of you have proved it. Many of you are here today, that if you are on their page one, eventually leads come your way. Yeah, and some of you have been even lucky enough to have the whole process in one go. Kaylee here was first time lucky, maybe, but eventually it was first time lucky, but eventually it's also a result of your action. Yeah, so it was lead, trial, client, boom, boom, boom. And that's it. But again, let me insist on that. We can be lucky if we have worked on it, okay? And this is this is an amazing outcome, but we have a funnel, and we know the funnel. So eventually we have to choose what to pay attention to. And I'm now going to talk about leads, guys, because this is very, very achievable. Yeah, it's very achievable. To get one lead a day is achievable. Sure. Absolutely. So all you need to do is make some numbers and see, okay, if numbers in terms of time and money. So if I spend 30 minutes a day proactively or actively looking for students, getting messages or sending messages on tus clases particulares, superprof, etc., I'm going to have eventually this outcome. If I pay to be on the first page, I'm going to have this outcome, and so on. Yeah, these are measurable things that all of you have it. I know because with Maria we're working on that a lot. Whenever she boosts her the profile at 8:30, boom, there is a lead or two. Yeah, several requests there. Okay. So what we need to do once we know that is this process has to be ongoing. And now when we have the prospect or this potential client, then communication begins. So now if you think that because you are putting them in Salesforce and that's that, no, it's just the beginning of it. And you have to know what are the chances of this person to become a client with or without your participation. Now, every time you make an impact and talk to the client or to talk to the prospect, chances are increased in, I don't know, 50% minimum. Okay, so every time you guys talk with your own lead, which is eventually, let's reflect on it, it's the person that has approached you in the first place. So they expect to hear your voice, a communication with you in the first place. So if in this moment you're already increasing the chances of the student to become a client, yeah. Now, if on top of that, that student is not manually inserted in Salesforce, but has used one of your URLs, then you're again increasing your chances a big deal. So you have a lead, but it's not the same. The outcome won't be the same if you insert them manually or if they use your URL. And why is that? Now here is the big machine of Oxinity, okay, in the shadow, but actively working for you. I've been explaining that maybe in the past, but let me remind you again. This is called remarketing. Now, a client hits your URL with your IDC, all right? Now, not your profile, Oxinity plus your IDC, and I'll tell you why. They will forget your face, but maybe they forget your face, but the name will stick. And then every time we have remarketing campaigns, we're working on the brand. So remarketing campaigns is I pay Google to display my brand every time someone has ever looked at my website. All right. So this is again and again and again and again. So what we say is when they read the newspaper, when they look for instance, I'm looking for the translation of something, or for a recipe, yeah, and for whatever information online, then Oxinity will be there for them. Okay, so what that means is that alone creates a big brand awareness, because me, for instance, I'm Oxinity, okay, but my name is Radmila, but who knows me? No one, yeah, no one will know me. But I can't put my name Radmila. Well, maybe if someone sees it 10 times, they will never forget it. Well, the same happens with Oxinity, with the brand, okay? And it's magic. You guys get the client, you do, yeah? So it's something that we put a lot of money, and it benefits you because you in the first place put your IDC there. Now I can tell you I should have looked for examples, but I'm absolutely positive that Gergo, for instance, has got clients with this process, because I see how you know where they come from. We can track the from, and I know that our display campaigns have helped him eventually get the client. But of course, he has done something in the first place, and that something is he has sent this link to someone. That's he has been at the beginning of the process. So you start the process, and we multiply it. We make the machine work, and you get the client. Okay, so again, this is a mechanism for that can operate, can literally magnify results like a magnifying glass, but you start the process. So it's the Oxinity URL with your IDC there. Now you wonder, okay, who am I going to send all these links, this link, for instance, yeah? And how do I go about it? Well, the first thing that you have to bear in mind is manually it doesn't work. Okay, so all this magic that I'm explaining, only if you decide, okay, I'm going to take the shortcut, I'm going to insert it manually, it won't work. It has to be the student, the prospect, we have to make them do that. And if we're lucky enough that he's done it, even if today, tomorrow, he doesn't become a client, he is there to see Oxinity day and day again, you know. So again and again, they are going to see Oxinity. They read the newspaper, Oxinity. They look for a translation, Oxinity. They look for a recipe, Oxinity. Yeah. So this is what will happen no matter what. So start the process simple. You start simple. And how you start a process? Well, I've said it, I've explained it before, but our contacts, our social media, and follow up. Okay, so I'm going to just leave it here, but because Gergo wants to say something, and then we continue. Gergo, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It will be really quick. What you said, to let the students register themselves, is very important for the same reason what you have said. They will remember Oxinity. Because all those students, which I have like 2 years ago manually put in our system myself, and but nowadays I send them a WhatsApp, they have no idea who I am. Yeah. But all those students who register themselves, even after a year, they know that, okay, yeah, this was the guy with that online platform, and they at least reply to me, even if they are not interested in my classes.
Yeah.
So it sticks in their mind better. That's true. That was all. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, if they actually, thank you, Gergo, actually, only if they imagine the power of this process, that sometimes clients don't even have to register. Yeah, so they just have to hit your URL so that this process works. That means, for instance, how can that change your day-to-day decisions? For instance, I am putting something on LinkedIn, whatever it is. Mark Venning, yeah? Mark, you are very active on LinkedIn, okay? Only if you add a URL to oxinity.com/your IDC, whatever, you're increasing chances incredibly. Yeah, because people read you. Now you're a micro influencer. So I know that you have a lot of likes. I know that this whole process works very well within LinkedIn. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I need to do a bit more actually, but yeah.
Well, but now next is to put
in the numbers. It doesn't always translate to leads, but yeah, there is an audience there.
Yes, but it's not so immediate. So the most immediate process, let's say that the most immediate process is from marketplaces. Then it is pretty straightforward. But when you place a URL, for instance, on LinkedIn, eventually is that you're getting people to click and to access the website. Whether they register or not, we don't know. But what we do know is then the remarketing mechanism starts chasing them up again and again. So eventually they will say, you know what, I was only interested in English, and now let me take a look at this offer that Oxinity is telling me that all these excellent things about it. So this is brand awareness, and you're getting people to the web. So when you get people to the web, this effect lasts for a year and a half. Imagine. So someone that read you on LinkedIn and forgot about it will see adverts, and eventually it won't expire until 18 months later. So it's really important to know it. And also, it's really important to do another thing. We spoke about follow-up. Now, follow-up is if I have people that, again, are not manually, that I haven't inserted manually, okay, I can do more. Well, for those who you guys have inserted manually, maybe a possibility for them, again, to hit the links is you send them content from the blog. And whenever we send them content from the blog, there is a URL, again, there with our IDC, so they can read. And this is what I meant with communicating, because this reinforces the message. So it's not just the sales message, the call to action message, but you're bringing value to them. So all in all, even if you have inserted some leads manually, start sending them WhatsApps with a URL, because now think of remarketing, think of the brand, and get it as an objective. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, let me show you how it works if you want, for the people that have done it, that are not so familiar with it. So, okay, I'm going to show you the blog now. Okay, so here is the Oxinity blog. Okay, you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So I know that I am logged in. Here is my name, Radmila. So you have to see yours, obviously. And whenever you see your name here, be certain that your URL is going to contain, I'm going to show you how it works, but then I'm going to show you, I'm going to complete the process with an incognito session. But just for you to check, here is my IDC is here. 96341. This is me. Okay, so I have just I've just copied something. I have used this to copy, and it takes my IDC to identifies me as myself. All right, so okay, now I'm going to, for instance, choose something here. Yeah, this block, which I think can bring a lot of value to my English learners. These blocks here are for Spanish learners, so I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use this one, which is for English learners. List of the most important regular verbs in English. Fantastic. So here, what I'm doing is I'm taking my column of leads, and I'm going to use and send everyone this blog post. So what I'll do is I'm going to copy here this link to my clipboard, and I'm going to now open an incognito session and continue sharing. Just bear with me. Okay, so now I'm in incognito mode, and I paste this link. As you can see, important, I'm displaying Oxinity.com, but my IDC is here, all right, along with someone else's blog, Blanca's blog, which I'm using the content that she wrote, but with my IDC. Okay, so here it is, and I'm bringing value to my clients, and they say, hey, that's amazing. And this blog post actually is very well written, because it has a list here. So I'm also making my clients stay here, okay? Spend some time here. Now, I can leave it here. I can leave the process here. I can do nothing more than this, okay? But now if I go to Google and look for whatever, I'm sure that I will see an advert, okay? Maybe not now, maybe not today, but I will see something very, very soon, okay? Just a minute. Okay. So now imagine that I have just read this blog post. Yeah, and that's all. And now I am here in Oxinity.com. Why? Because at one point I have seen an advert of Oxinity. Okay. So when I now try a class, when I go to try a class, and I put now my name, for instance, yeah, I'm not even using Blanca's link or my link, sorry, Blanca's post with my IDC anymore. I'm not using it. I'm just seeing Oxinity and I'm going to register now. So I'm testing. Okay, and okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now, oops. Choose my class. Okay. Oops. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to check my own Salesforce. Now back to me, back to my own Salesforce. And here it is, right? So here it is, my lead. So what happened? Nothing more, nothing less. I once read something with my IDC, or my prospect read something, then they Oxinity, they clicked on Oxinity, but my IDC still is here. So this is the magic that I wanted you to see, and I'm on trial. Now, if we leave it here, if we say, oh, I've got a lead, oh, I've got a trial, how happy I am, that's great. But I would say, yeah, and yet contact the person, try to talk to them, because then you are increasing the chances. You can make much more impact on the final conversion than if you leave it that way. Okay, so this is where I'm going to ask Georgina. I don't know if she's here. She is, but she has been witnessing this, and she had a very low conversion rate until she started communicating. Am I right, Georgie?
Wow, very low tampoco, but now it's higher. The thing is, before I had many leads, so the ratio between number of leads and clients was not as high. And now maybe I have less leads, but it was 16 leads and 11 trials. So that's a bit above the average. And
16 leads, 11 trials is amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Perfect.
I know that clients have a hard time paying in January, but I know Maria is helping me with that. So eventually they will.
Yeah. But for instance, now let's take Georgina, and you are going to ask her what she's doing. But eventually, what I told you at the beginning, one lead a day. Now today, I don't know what time was it, 9:30 in the morning. She's got her lead for the day. So She's done with today's objective. Now, can she do more? Of course, I would tell her don't stop, because two are better than one, aren't they? So this is it. But eventually, her objective for today is finished. She's done for today. Now, yesterday she got another lead or two. I don't remember. But if we do that every day, we are getting a sustainable growth. Same with Jazz. Jazz was determined. She has a different strategy, but perfect as well. And she got a lead, she got a trial, she got a client. Amazing. Okay, so this is how it happens, and it's possible. Now, every one of you is following different strategies, but you have to know and be aware, and don't be discouraged, because if you don't have a result today, you just have to persevere until the result comes. And when the result comes, you have to say, okay, so if I do that, it works. All right, I'm getting results as a consequence of this action. I'm not getting results if I do this. So whatever you are doing without results, you have to change very quickly. But all in all, the message is, or my idea, or what I wanted to make you aware is, first of all, the Oxinity.com plus URL has to be all over the internet. And you have to use it as a follow-up message for WhatsApp, to send by WhatsApp, to send content to your potentials, so that they click once. That's what we want, them to click once. Once they click once, then the whole machine of remarketing is going to chase them. So this is another strategy to have in mind, on top of being on the first page of the marketplace. And remember, no manual insertions. Or if you do it because you don't want to lose the client, fair enough. If this is the only alternative, fair enough. Just remember, if I manage that client or that prospect to click my URL, I'm increasing my chances for conversion. This is what you guys have to think. Okay. Okay, so once we see that there are leads and trials, then we give you hours. We don't want even them to become clients. We don't wait for them to become clients. But we need to synchronize these two mechanisms, so that you see how your rate per hour changes. So Jordan, you're there. How are you? Can you hear me, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Okay. So, what have you done recently? Have you started all this process already?
So I've opened up all the accounts to most of the marketplaces, or all of them really. And I've started with Facebook and LinkedIn. I haven't used WhatsApp yet, so I'm going to open up WhatsApp on my laptop and share the link through there. But yeah, I mean, I've learned now that the Oxinity, that magic that you talked about, when they click on my IDC and then go back to Oxinity at a different lake. So I was a bit worried about that, but.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any questions, any concerns regarding that? Anything that is not clear?
It's a bit difficult to get started, you know, because LinkedIn, I'm quite new to it, so I don't really have many contacts. So I'm just sort of looking which groups are more relevant and things like that. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Georgina? Because she can give you the best advice here.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Georgina's previous meeting, and I've just taken her advice that she gave me then, and now I'm at this stage. So, you know, the only thing is where's the best place to start on LinkedIn? I was told to do the suggested friends, but only having 12 people, it was a bit.
Mm-hmm. Try first. I encourage every one of you to try this mechanism in an incognito session, exactly as I did, and to see and to think from this point onwards how you're going to play your cards, because every one of you has different conditions, but every one of you has the same tools at the same times. Yeah, so you have a community to grow with. And remember, in Oxinity, there is no intermediation. So there is of course, as a partner. Sorry, guys, just a minute. We are partners, and but let's say that whenever there is a class and a client, actually two people from the community clearly benefits. The teacher that teaches the class and the teacher that gets the student. There is no intermediation here, right? So every time someone puts a student in the system, two people win. It's a win-win, a win-win of two. The teacher that teaches, the teacher that gets the student. This is it. Now, you have to try this process of what I showed you, just this, so that you see for yourself that it works. You test it so that you don't have to take my word, even though, well, it's there, and all the results of the teachers before you can are visible, and you can ask them and approach them. But try it and see how it works. And once you know that it works, then play your cards. And your cards are in marketplaces, and then with your potentials. So those of you who already have, for instance, a list of leads, act upon them. Those of you who have former students, act upon them. Contacts everywhere, act upon them. What you need to do is manage or get them to click a link. This is it. The most important thing is this. This is the start. And Jordan, it's not difficult. It's difficult when you don't know what to do. But here I can't be more specific in my instructions. So I say you have to be on the marketplaces page 1, and you have to make to achieve that people clicks the URLs with your IDC. I can't be more specific, and this is not difficult. It's just to know how to move it and to have a starting point. Once you have in the column of leads consistent quantity, then every other day or twice a week or once a week, you can send those people a message, a WhatsApp message with the content of value in the blog. So that's not difficult. Neither of these things is difficult. Neither. They're just a series of 3 or 4 simple things that can change your life and change the whole outcome. Okay?
Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
I mean, I've signed up to all the marketplaces, but I wasn't sure if I was to go to the top, or when the best time would be. But I saw that straight away when I was signing up to them.
Well, try 8:30 at night.
This.
See what happens. And again, here you have to see. My advice is to buy one of those 10 boosts, because you decide when to boost it to the first page and you measure. So you do it on Monday at 8:30 and we measure results. Then next time you do it at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and then we measure results. Have we improved or not? So according to the conclusion, then you either replicate the first action or you stick with the second one. And this is it. This is how you know. Okay. All right. So Blanca, what tips have worked for you? How do you grow?
For me, the biggest thing is personal context. Most of my leads that have turned into actual clients have been from word of mouth. I think that word of mouth in Spain is like the biggest thing. Everybody, whether it's looking for shoes or something for your baby or whatever it is, or English classes, everyone goes and asks a friend first, and just asking people to get the information out there. And with personal contacts, even sending them things from blogs, because I think sometimes it can feel like I don't want to feel annoying and like I'm selling to them constantly. So sharing content with them from the blog, that's been my, I don't know, the two things that have really converted clients.
Okay, so yeah, as you guys can see, we have different approaches to it, but Blanca is also someone that is very successful. She was determined to make it happen, and eventually she is in the process. And as I said, we focus on one lead a day, and if this lead tries, and they will try if we talk to them, if we communicate with them, then if they try, then Oxinity gives you hours. Oxinity does the remarketing. Yeah, so the whole thing starts with a simple action from you, even in the first place. So it's simple. Growth is simple. You don't have to think of it as something tremendously difficult that you have to be marketers. No. Marketers, all the marketing tools that marketers use are at your disposal. All of them. The two most important are the URLs, personalized, and the content. This is it. Alone you can't produce so much content, but you can easily share it. Sharing is extremely easy. Sharing is copy pasting and thinking who to put this URL in whose hands I put this URL. So Blanca said my contacts. Okay, so my contacts, we can understand it is my personal friends, etc., or all these people working somewhere. So I send them for them to share. This is also a very good strategy. Okay, so this is it. It's simple. Anna, how about you? How do you feel about that?
The only Anna?
Sorry?
I am the only Anna?
Yes.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah.
Name that sometimes like 3 or 4. So it's just me, okay. Well, I am in all of the marketplace, the social media. I just waiting to have my IDC and start trying.
Yeah.
So
everything. So, okay, you're aware of everything. Now,
yeah.
Next stage is to make sure that people click your URL, okay? So that the remarketing mechanism starts operating. Yeah, is this clear for you, Anna? Tell me honestly. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. All right, anyone else? Miguel, how about you? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I just clicked in 1 minute ago because I had to finish a class.
Okay, perfect. Then you can watch the beginning of it later. Let me summarize for you, and maybe now it doesn't make sense, but it will make sense. Okay, the success in your leads is in remarketing, whether or not you're going to achieve remarketing to operate for you. And you achieve remarketing to operate for you if people click the URL of Oxinity/online/your IDC. If they click it once, then the whole remarketing machine is going to start working for you. Now, okay, so any URL with IDC, once they hit it, then the remarketing magic starts operating. Okay. All right, Megan, how about you, Megan? Good to see you again. Can you hear us?
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've had a little bit of difficulty with all this just because I'm the type of person who's not into like selling, like you mentioned, right? And also with social media, I'm very bad. Like I'm the kind of person who's never had Instagram, even though it's like super common and everyone does. So that has been like a struggle for me. But I'm gonna focus a lot more on what Blanca said, word of mouth.
Let's break it down. So you don't know how to sell. What are you?
What do you mean? Like, what did I study?
No. Currently, right now, in this meeting, what are you?
Oh, I'm a teacher.
There. Let's leave it there. So who do you think a student would believe in the first place? A salesperson or a teacher?
Oh, a teacher.
That's
For
it.
sure.
So I've never mentioned selling. Never. I'm only telling them, communicate with your prospects, call them. You're a teacher, they're students, so call them, talk to them as teachers do. Talk to them as teachers do. Don't talk to them as salespeople do. Okay? And how did we start? The message is important. So talk to them as teachers do, but don't talk to them as an academy do, because this is a cliche, and as a private tutor in whatever marketplace, because it's a cliche. Surprise them. Talk to them as a teacher you are, but surprise them with the great product you have. This is it. Forget about sales. The only person among us who knows how to sell, this is Maria, and we are not Maria. So forget about selling. Maria is going to sell whatever chance she has. You, Megan, are a teacher. So the only thing that you have to think is, okay, what does my client want to hear and what I shouldn't tell them because it's absolutely irrelevant for them. This is it. But my point is, content from the blog is not sales, it's value. Talking to a prospect is not sales, it's advising them. It's giving them the chance to see something that they haven't seen before. This is it. So remember, it's very important. We don't sell here. Yeah, only Maria does.
Sense.
So Blanca, over to you.
I just wanted to say, because I know that, especially for me, those conversations at first can be really uncomfortable. Like you don't know where to begin and what to say. And what made me more comfortable, and also, I don't know, it seems to make the students more comfortable as well, is I begin by asking them what their frustrations are, why they haven't been able to learn English yet. And that kind of opens the door to be able to explain the system to them and explain, like you said, be the expert. It allows you to for them to see you as the expert. If that can help anyone.
Yeah, you're the expert and you are the authority, so to speak. Yeah. So this is it. This is what to transmit. Yeah. Eventually, you guys have a system that multiplies hours. This is it. So what you have to do is you have to tell the people the right message and you have to advise them. So Blanca is definitely doing that. And she asks for, okay, so tell me what you need. Tell me what you want to achieve, and then I'll tell you the best way of doing it. That's great. Well, this is what we have to do eventually. Nothing more, nothing less. And a great phrase is, I can do whatever you want, but my advice is you try this. And if you like it, and I know that it's going to work for you, we talk afterwards. Remember, it's very simple. I can do whatever you want. Now, for instance, and I'm going to be very blunt here, you want me to prepare you for exam? Fine, I can do that. I can sit with you, and for 60 minutes, I can charge a big deal. I can charge a big quantity, and we're going to sit. You are going to do an exam, fill gaps, and so on, because this is what exams are, tests. Yeah, I'm going to sit still. Afterwards, I'm going to correct, and I'm going to practice a little bit with you. All in all, half of the time you will be passively writing or reading or listening, and half of the time I'm going to activate you a little bit. Yeah, I can do that. But honestly, this is not quality. This is yet another yet another, I don't know how to even qualify that. Tomadura de pelo. Help me with this. You're pulling the
A
student.
rip-off?
A rip-off, yeah. This is it. So if this is what you want, fair enough. I can think of my rate per hour and so on. But try this. And if you like it, then we talk. Okay? Miguel, over to you.
Yes. Okay, I've been getting a lot of responses from tus clases particulares. Okay, and all right, so when I put myself in contact with them, I'm not sure exactly what I can give them. Do I give them my phone number and say call me, or because I don't think I can send them a URL immediately. I have to.
Probably not. Probably not.
So,
but here, but we're going to ask Maria if she can give us some heads up.
okay, that would be great because I get a lot. I answer, but I'm not getting. I'm not making the connection.
You're not making the connection. So,
so I stopped, but the emails haven't. I mean, I must have 50 that I still need to.
Oh, wow.
To get a lot, yeah.
Okay. All right. So Maria must be busy and she cannot answer. But who has some experience with those classes? Georgina, what's your advice there?
Well, Maria helped me with this, and it's the thing that has worked is saying hi.
Sorry, Maria. Are you okay to answer this?
Oh, there she is. Okay.
I'm back. Sorry.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I know. Yeah.
No, I need to answer. So if you can repeat, sorry.
Yeah. The Miguel's question was that he is approached by people on tus clases particulares. He doesn't know what to tell them so that they respond back and he can place the URL. So
well, just to ask for the number. That is what I'm doing with my profile. And for example, this morning I got 2 messages. And one of them is calling me now. I will call him after. So just say, hi, give me your number, and we will talk to try a class for free or try a trial class.
Okay, so I give them my phone number
no, ask for their phone number.
Okay, to send it. Okay.
And then you send a WhatsApp saying that you are Miguel from tus clases particulares, that if they want to talk on the phone, you talk on the phone. If they just want to send a message with your link, with your IDC, they can book the class. I say that number and a trial class are the most important thing.
Okay.
Well, Radmila said before, like, I can do whatever you want, but try.
Yeah.
That is trial class. I think that is the key word.
Okay, yeah. And there is another thing that in tus clases particulares, the first reply may not allow you to use a URL, but in the second, yes. Surely, yeah. So you can't approach a student with a URL, but once you establish a dialogue, you can put your URL. Surely.
And then you can see sometimes a student's number. If you are a verified teacher, you will see that in the phone in the message there is like the image of a phone. If you click there, sometimes you can see. I don't know when you can, but sometimes with the leads that I got this morning, both of them I could see their numbers. So you need to answer first. So what I do, I just say hola Pepe, and then I see the number and I send a message automatically. I don't wait for their answer. I just send them a message. I don't know if I reply or answer your question.
Well, Miguel, to summarize, if phone number is there, you use it, but it's much better to, if it isn't, then get their phone number and use WhatsApp with your URL. Inviting them to try a class. Okay, so WhatsApp is very important. Actually, with when we talk on tus clases particulares, I don't use the word phone number. I use the word WhatsApp. Dame tu WhatsApp. Give me your WhatsApp, and I will get in touch with you. If you can give yours, I would say yes. Why not? It makes things easier. Doesn't hurt, but ask them for theirs as well.
Okay.
Yeah, first
Perfect.
message has to be short and straightforward, welcoming. So I'd love to help you. Send me your WhatsApp and I'll send you, and we're going to text, for instance. Something very short and straightforward, yeah? And then remember, you place the URL with your IDC so that remarketing can do its magic.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, so this is it. We have to be strategic, and the strategy of the URL plus IDC so that remarketing can do the magic for 18 months. Yeah, this is very important. Don't forget it. Okay, guys. Well,
and follow up. That is very, very important.
Yeah.
I mean, if we send a message today and then we don't care, things are going to be harder. But Georgina is an expert on following up as well. Yeah, Georgina. So it's very, very important. Follow up is very, very important. Ask me how to do it. But yeah.
That really worked.
Okay.
I mean, at the beginning I complained, like always, but then I sent a follow-up message to other people on tus clases, and there were like 2 clients already. 2 or 3.
Really? Okay.
I will call you, Miguel, to see how we can follow up.
Okay. Yes. I know. We've all been a little bit busy, but perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So, guys, I'm going to finish with one sentence only that wraps the whole meeting. That without remarketing or follow-up, no results will come, or very little results will come. Okay, so take this as a final conclusion, as a final, advice from this meeting. All your experience, all your strategy, that's fine, but without remarketing and follow-up, there will be no results. So let's go and get results. Okay, Anna. Only that I hear you very low, Anna.
Yesterday was fine. The one before it wasn't. I don't know. Can you hear me?
More or less. Yeah, let's give it a go.
Because tus classes is just a landing page. It will be maybe possibility in the future to have Oxinity a site just like tus classes with the people who have the same. And why we're going to tus classes particular? It could be a site like it, but it's just Oxinity.
Okay, if I understand well, why being in tus clases particulares if you can be in Oxinity? You're right. So if you go to oxinity.com/profesores, teachers, then people can see all the profiles. So when you write a blog post, you boost your profile to the first page in Oxinity. Let me show you, just a minute. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, so when you go to oxinity.com teachers, okay, who's on top? Manuel. Why is he on top? And then Georgina. Because he's the person that posted a blog post most recently. Then Georgina, then Olga, then Blanca, then Gergo, then Sarah, etc., etc. So and these people here, once students land here, then they can choose anyone, and they can choose directly you. But if you want to be here on the top page automatically after writing a blog post, then you are here. You will be on top, on the first page, on the first place. Yeah? Okay. Kaylee?
I just have a suggestion. I don't know if it's the right forum to suggest it, but sometimes I end up spending a lot of time on the blog looking for the right blog post for a particular group on Facebook or particular, and I don't know if this is because I'm perfectionistic, but probably is. But I just thought what would be helpful is some kind of menu on the side of the blog with tags, so that you or a little search box on the top of the blog, so you can search particular blog subjects or tags pertaining to the content of each blog. I don't know how easy that would be to set up, but it might just be easier for us as partners to quickly search a blog if we're looking for something specific, because I have a blog idea, but I'm like, it's probably been covered, but I don't know if it's been covered, so it'd be nice if I could just quickly check the blog, see where maybe the gaps are as well, so that we can create our own blogs, or also just so we can search blogs that may be more specific to use for following up on our leads.
That's great. That's a great idea, and actually a work in progress, because
cool.
Yeah. So
I thought so.
No. It's great that you mention it, because it's part of the evolution. It is. We will implement it very soon, and there will be tags and there will be categories. So right now, for instance, we are categorizing all the blogs. Actually, let me tell you, those of you who are blogging, before you post, Georgina, for instance, I also, Georgina Blanca, before you post your blog post, before it goes live, let me know, so that we put the right silo. I don't know if it's English or Spanish term, but it's a sequence of precisely to organize all the blogs per categories. We will do that. Right now, we have to do it from the inside, from the back end, but then we are going to implement it for all of you to be able to do it and search for blogs easily. And as you said, also know what to write about. Because if we have 200 posts on grammar, maybe I'm going to go for vocabulary, because it's less. Absolutely. Yeah. So we're working on this structure for you guys.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. No problems. Anyone a question or final words? No? Okay, so as I said, remember, follow up and URL plus IDC for good remarketing and magic, 1 lead a day. This is our objective. And communicating with our prospects so that we can explain the great product, the great classes that we have.
Cool.
Okay, guys, so great having you again. Have a fantastic weekend. Be proactive. Start working on it today, every single day. Measure and change, and we'll get there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you all.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Have
Have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye.
Good one. See you, man.